I just finished rewatching the second season of Attack on Titan. I gotta say, and I believe I said this in my first video, upon rewatch, I've never rewatched Attack on Titan before. It is so much like, it's almost like a brand new experience with all of the different hidden details going on. So today, we are going to be reviewing the entirety of the second season of Attack on Titan with spoilers for the entire show. Hello everybody, welcome back to another video. If you are new here, my name is Kyle. I am your guy with too many YouTube channels. Guys, we're gonna get straight into it. So the season kind of kicks into gear right away. We figure out there is a Titan inside of the walls, or inside of one of the particular walls. I don't remember the name. It was like Wall Cena, not Wall Maria, whatever it was. One of the walls where Titans were supposed to be in. Hanji ended up spawning one, and so they were like, okay, we got to figure out where the breach is. We got to figure out what's going on. In the meantime, we also have the pastor who knows a little bit about the Titans, but no matter what they do to him, he is not talking. There's a bigger secret out there, and it's so funny, like, and it's so fascinating watching this show after knowing, like, all of the secrets to the Titans. I remember, like, just seeing the one Titan in the wall and being like, what the hell? And it's just, what the show did is it just question after question after question after question. It was all great. So there isn't really too much to break down about the first episode up until the end, where we're introduced to the new Beast Titan. I remember watching this back in the day, and I saw this and I was like, okay, that must be like the big boss. That must be like the big baddie of all the Titans, right? We're building up to have a fight against this guy. Little did we know, not really. But I remember just like watching this thing too, and it looked like almost gracefully terrifying, right? One of the commanders was on his own. Everybody was inspecting different towns looking for whatever breach was in the wall. The Beast Titan rolls up, and he just starts speaking. And he was fascinated by the ODM gear. He's like, do you mind if I keep it? And the dude was like too terrified to speak. And just the fact that we're watching a Beast Titan, like this brand new, different version of Titans talk before we even like, and I don't know if anybody else felt the same way. I didn't even take into consideration that it might be a Titan shifter. I was so shocked about what I was seeing, and it's incredible what Attack on Titan does. I'm watching this thing speak, and I'm just as in awe as the character that's actually getting the life squeezed out of him. Crazy. Ends up getting eaten. The Beast Titan walks away, and we're like, okay, looks like we have a new big baddie to take on. But then we move on to, in my opinion, one of the most underrated episodes of the entire show. We have Sasha going to a town, and then Connie visiting his old town too. The one with Sasha in particular was just chilling. This is what I love about Attack on Titan. They capture that horror aspect of the show like so perfectly. She goes in, she walks into a house. It's weird because there's like no destruction, and this woman's being eaten alive, and just the Titan stopping to look. Chills, man. Gives you absolute chills, and the daughter doesn't know what to think. She's just watching her mom get devoured. She has to leave her because she can't take down the Titan. Just this girl to bleed out, get literally chewed up and eaten alive. But then, the whole episode was like that Titan going after her. Incredible. Every single little piece of that, and I can't believe that it's not talked about more when we're talking about reviewing Attack on Titan. Additionally, we have Connie going back to his hometown. There's a Titan that can't move sitting on top of his house. And this is one of the things that I noticed because I didn't think about it at all. I didn't think about it one little bit when it was first happening. I heard the Titan making noise, but now the Titan clearly said welcome home, and it's his mom. And Connie was hinting like, I don't know why, that kind of sounded like my mom. And now, knowing what I know, it's interesting how Reiner, Emir, and Bertolt were kind of like just making him not think about it. Like at the table later on, Emir was like, your mom, yeah, you're tight. Yeah, sure, Connie. Yeah, that's what you heard. That's what you heard, right? They're making fun of him, just making him not even think about it. Loved both of those two separate missions. They were phenomenal, particularly the one with Sasha. We got some character development from Sasha, and just the horror of that one Titan running. Loved it, man. But then circling back a little bit, we're brought back to that pastor. After a little bit of a talk, he revealed that Krista and the royal family is key to unlocking the secrets about the Titan, so we need to protect her at all costs. Unfortunately, Krista, or Historia, is already on her own mission. And then we have the entire do you call it an arc? I guess there's a few episodes, right? You could call it an arc where they all go to the one castle. They're shocked that Titans are active at night. We don't know why. And then we're introduced to the first battle of the Beast Titan. Inside the castle, and this is another thing that I didn't even think twice about, Reiner saw Ymir actually being able to read something that she wasn't supposed to read, and for some reason he was suspicious of her. For some reason, I looked at that when I was watching the show the first time, and didn't think anything of it. Nothing, not a thought. I was just shocked when she transformed into a Titan. They've also spent a little bit of time this season building up the relationship between Historia and Ymir. Upon first watch, I didn't really care all that much. It was good, don't get me wrong, but I was more interested in what Eren was doing. Now that I know everything, I liked it a lot more, especially when we dive into the flashbacks and all that, why Ymir cared or pretended to care, whatever you want to make it. Regardless, she ends up giving Historia a pep talk after a bunch of the cadets end up falling to Titans after more and more and more just keep coming. The Beast Titans throwing rocks. They did a great job. And I love too, when Reiner ended up taking on that one Titan and chucking him out the window. That was all great. But then all of a sudden, Ymir transforms into her own Titan and starts attacking everybody. But this Titan's on her side and we don't exactly know what's going on with her Titan. And I love that everybody, or I think it was just Connie too, they were calling her ugly. I don't know. I thought that was fun, but she ended up taking on all of the Titans. Everybody was surprised. And I don't remember exactly at what point. There was another point too where Bertolt got caught doing this. Another thing that just flew over our head. That's what I love about this show. And that's why so many of us love this show as well. They do such a phenomenal job at hiding little details that you would never pick up on the first time. Just before everyone ended up falling, the scouts ended up coming in and saving the day. And that was a pretty cool moment. But I can't wait to get to this next part, which is arguably the greatest moment in Attack on Titan history. So they have questions about what's going on. Ymir being a Titan shifter. Who else could it be? They're on top of a wall. We find ourselves on top of a wall. And then one of the greatest reveals of all time happens, right? You have Reiner and Bertolt actually revealing the plan to Eren. I don't know if, and comment down below what your experience with this was. I was watching this really late at night because this is one of those shows that I was just completely addicted to and I couldn't stop watching. I lost so much sleep over it. So I was watching this in bed and I can't remember who the camera was focused on. It was Armin or someone like that walking around, and I'd have never seen a show do this before where they reveal huge secrets of dialogue in the background. I remember watching it. I was in a room by myself. I could completely focus. I was watching and then I heard, I'm the Colossal Titan, or I'm the Armored Titan. He's the Colossal Titan. And I was like, did I just hear that right? And I actually were around it and I was like, oh my God, I thought it was the coolest thing in the entire world. That is such a crazy way to tell a story. And all of a sudden, we have the final big betrayal. Eren's just oh, you guys, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? This can't be real. They end up about to transform. Mikasa attacks, but Mikasa hesitates. All of that was badass. And even the music, it's going to sound so cringe coming out of my mouth, but the ooh, whatever it is while they're transforming and then da 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 da. It sounded so stupid coming out of my mouth, but it just captured the feeling perfectly. I couldn't believe that they were the Titan shifters, that they were the Armored Titan, they were the Colossal Titan. The Titans that did so much damage in Season 1. The Titans that sprung Eren into action of his entire mission, of his entire life. The Titans responsible for the fall of Shingon Shina and Eren's mom dying. They were his friends. They were his comrades. And you can really feel it too. As they're starting to attack, they take Ymir, Eren's falling, and that particular moment really hit, the one where he's crying, and the voice actor of Eren, man, he is phenomenal. And I like the, I'm gonna, and just goes in a rage. Kill you! The battle's on. All of that was great. The entire battle was phenomenal, from them learning actually how to take on the Colossal Titan, learning a little bit about it, but the really, really shining moment was Eren versus the Colossal Titan. It was actually here. We finally got to see it. Now, if you have been following the channel, you might know that I'm a huge fan of MMA. I have participated in martial arts for the vast majority of my life. This show does it so well. I can't tell you how many times I've watched movies and shows where, just because of how much, and I don't mean to sound egotistical, but how much knowledge I have about fighting, I look and I'm like, horrible punch, horrible form. What are you choking him with? Stuff that just wouldn't work. They actually have mixed martial arts, jiu-jitsu, judo throws, all of it. I loved it. And I've watched a couple videos, and apparently the style of Eren was actually based off of a fighter named Yushin Okami. Great fighter from back in the day. And I'm like, dude, that's crazy. The attention to detail even in that is great. I loved watching it. The fight was brutal. It was awesome. But unfortunately, it ended with Bertolt slamming his body on Eren after getting the upper hand. Loved watching Mikasa spring into action too. But they end up being able to damage Eren, capture Eren, run away. And something else I forgot to mention because I was honestly just excited to talk about that entire battle was I liked too calling back to like having all of their suspicions on maybe this is going to be Reiner, maybe this is going to be Bertolt, like with Reiner carving in like directions or something like that into Annie's hand. Those little things here and there, all of that was great too. So they all learned that Eren was captured. They wanted to have another attack because it's likely that they needed to regenerate in the forest, and this is where Eren woke up. He's been kidnapped. Now, in this moment in the forest while we're waiting, we kind of learn a lot without really learning anything at the moment. We learn that, and I believed them at the time too, which even following the story later on, you could figure out like what was going on with him. Like Reiner was a deeply, deeply hurt person who wanted to do good. They still looked at people as their comrades, and Bertolt opened up about that a little bit. It's like they both had split personality. They knew what they needed to do. We learned Ymir's backstory too. She ended up stealing the power, and they ended up cutting a deal, or Reiner ended up manipulating Ymir, where it's like, hey, you care about Historia, you can bring her with you, and you can protect her if you just come with us. So, with that being said, she switched sides. But now we're coming up to another peak part of the show, in my opinion, and they're actually on the run now. Reiner is running with both of them, with Ymir on the back, and the scouts kind of end up like also having a conversation on Reiner, which I thought was weird, but it was really intense at the same time. Armin ended up getting through to Bertolt a little bit. And this is why it was interesting, because I do believe, and I think this is where they were going with this, please correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, I believe like there actually was a split personality type disorder thing, because Bertolt was honest, and he's like, I really looked at you guys as my comrades, I really did. But then Armin spoke about how they were torturing Annie over and over again. They were making her scream, and it's cool like to see Armin actually dive into like that horrible part of himself. His character development was great. And Bertolt was like, you island devils! I think that's what he said. Something like that. He lashed out, right? Then Mikasa comes. Mikasa comes along. Oh boy, and this, dude, I will always say Mikasa, and off the top of my head, it's Mikasa and Scarlet Witch from the Avengers. Female characters written correctly. How many times you look at female characters, they try to make them badass, and it's just cringe because they're forcing it? No. Mikasa coming in, slicing people, flowing with the ODM gears as gracefully as she does, drops down. I can't recall the exact speech that she had, but Historia was like, don't attack. Time to choose sides, Krista. Eren or the bitch I'm gonna kill. One of the hardest things in Attack on Titan history, man. I have watched so many edits on that specifically. So good. To the point where every once in a while on TikTok, it'll feed me a Mikasa edit with that specific moment. Incredible. So cool. It's like, that was one of the best moments in Attack on Titan history. Like, I wish that I could recall to you the exact quote that she said, but man, Eren or the bitch I'm gonna kill. But Eren ends up getting free after that, and they're kind of helpless. Eren can't transform, and this is another great point. The Smiling Titan comes up. The one that killed Eren's mom, and Eren can't transform. He's like viciously biting into himself. He can't transform. He's still not healed, and he can't do anything. And he's wallowing in self-pity because he can't do a single thing about the Smiling Titan. He can't take revenge. He's sorry. He's apologizing. He's crying, and he is like ready to face death. The dude has given up. But then this is where we figure out that Eren has a specific power, right? He just lets out a big scream at Reiner, talking about he's going to kill him, and all of a sudden, all of the Titans listen. Or sorry, reverse. All the Titans kill the Smiling Titan. They all just devour her. And then he does the same thing to Reiner. And we figure out that all of the Titans are listening to Eren. After Eren unintentionally decided to have all the Titans attack Reiner and Bertolt, there was nothing that they could do besides run away. Everybody ended up getting away. Everybody ended up being okay, except for Erwin, who I forgot to mention was also badass during that. It's like, I said charge, god damn it, with him getting his arm ripped off. All of that was such a cool scene. That, along with the initial fight with Reiner and Bertolt, this season was infinitely better than the first one. I loved every moment of it. They ended up getting back and figuring out that Titans actually are humans. Connie's mom actually was that Titan. I was like, I didn't even think about that. It's all insane to watch on a new rewatch, knowing the characters' motivations, who they are, what they end up being, the secrets of the Titans. I am thoroughly enjoying rewatching this entire thing, and I know Season 3 is already going to be a banger. We're left off at the end of the season with the character in the Beast Titan revealing himself has a plan. We don't know what's going on. And I still didn't even think about it at the time watching. I was like, oh my god, there's a person in there. Maybe it was because he looked different. I don't know. But again, I absolutely loved this entire season, and I cannot wait to talk about Season 3. But if you want to continue talking about Attack on Titan, then check out my Season 1 review that I already did on screen right now. I would love to have you over there. Thank you very much for watching, everybody. Take care, guys.